Welcome to our channel. Today, we have a wonderful story for you about family, love, and what it means to support each other. Make sure to watch until the end for an important life lesson. If you enjoy this story, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming tales. Let's begin. The Power of Family, a heartwarming story. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of the forest, there was a cozy burrow known as the Fox family's home. It wasn't a grand house, but it was always filled with warmth, laughter, and love. Mr. Fox, Mrs. Fox, and their 3 children, Freddy, Fluffy, and Fiona, lived there. Mr. Fox was strong and wise, always out hunting food for the family. Mrs. Fox took care of the burrow, making sure everything was in its place and ready for her family to come home to. Freddy, the oldest fox cub, was curious and loved to explore. Fluffy, the middle cub, was a dreamer, often lost in her own thoughts. Fiona, the youngest, was always asking questions and wanted to be part of everything her older siblings did. Every day, the Fox family spent their time together, whether it was gathering food, cleaning the burrow, or just playing in the fields near their home. They all had their own jobs, but one thing that bound them together was how much they cared for each other. They knew they could count on each other no matter what happened. One sunny morning, as Mr. Fox and Freddy were out gathering berries and hunting, a huge storm began to roll in. The sky turned dark, and thunder rumbled in the distance. Mrs. Fox, Fluffy, and Fiona quickly hurried inside the burrow, hoping the storm would pass quickly. But it didn't. The rain poured down hard, and soon the roof of the burrow began to leak. Water trickled into their cozy home, and Mrs. Fox started to worry. "What should we do?" Fluffy asked, her big eyes filled with concern. "We must find a way to stop the water from coming in," Mrs. Fox said, "but we'll need everyone's help." Meanwhile, Freddy and Mr. Fox were still outside in the forest, trying to find their way back home in the storm. Freddy was scared, but Mr. Fox reassured him. "Don't worry, son," he said. "No matter how bad the storm is, we'll find our way back, and when we get home, we'll fix everything together." Back at the burrow, Mrs. Fox and the 2 younger cubs tried their best to stop the water. Fiona fetched leaves to plug the holes in the roof, while Fluffy used her paws to brush water outside. It was hard work, and soon they grew tired. But no one gave up. "Remember, we are a family," Mrs. Fox said, smiling at her daughters. "When we work together, we can face anything." Just as the water started rising higher inside the burrow, Mr. Fox and Freddy burst through the door. They were soaked, but happy to be home. Without wasting a second, they joined the others in fixing the roof and clearing out the water. Freddy quickly found a large branch outside and used it to block one of the biggest leaks. Mr. Fox climbed onto the roof and used mud and leaves to patch the holes. Mrs. Fox and Fluffy worked side by side, cleaning the inside while Fiona helped wherever she could. As the storm continued to rage outside, inside the burrow, the Fox family worked together like a well-oiled machine. Even though they were tired and wet, they didn't stop until the leaks were fixed and their home was safe and dry. Hours later, the storm finally passed. The sky cleared, and the sun shone down on the forest once more. Inside the burrow, the Fox family sat together, exhausted but happy. "We did it!" Freddy cheered. "We saved our home!" "We did," Mr. Fox agreed, smiling at his children. "And we did it together." Mrs. Fox wrapped her arms around her little cubs. "No matter how big the storm, no matter how hard things get, as long as we work together as a family, we'll always find a way." From that day forward, the Fox family always remembered the lesson they learned during the storm. They knew that no matter what challenges came their way, they were stronger together. They understood that a family wasn't just a group of individuals living under the same roof. It was a team that worked together, supported each other, and never gave up. As the days passed, they faced many more challenges, big and small, but they always faced them as one. Whether it was fixing the roof after another storm or helping each other gather food when the forest was scarce, the Fox family never forgot the power of teamwork. And so, the Fox family lived happily ever after in their cozy little burrow, where love, kindness, and cooperation made it the happiest home in the forest. And the lesson of today's story? Families are like teams. When we work together and support each other, we can face any storm that comes our way. No problem is too big when everyone lends a helping hand. Remember, your family is your strength, and with love and cooperation, you can accomplish anything. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming stories. See you in the next video.